Alright, so here's my final project for Ctec 121. I created a game within Python using Pygame, and here's my folder. Within it we have the highscore.txt, so I'll explain that later in the code. We have the main, which will run everything. We have the path for the game. I use this because for some reason when I try to launch this in either Atom or Idle, it doesn't work, so I have to launch it through the terminal. So I just copy and paste this, put it into the terminal, the game runs fine. Here I have my settings. I was going to add some sound effects, but I don't quite have that working yet. And here's my sprites file. This contains the platforms, the rectangle for the character, things like that. And potentially in the future, maybe some character animations. So, I'll just try running this game for you guys. So let's see here. Command C and V. So here it is. Title screen, Bruce's Magical Jump. Don't know why I named it that. First thing that came to my head. So, when we get into the game, notice how the score goes up. Now, how I'm calculating that is I'm actually, for every platform that disappears under the screen, because they are despawning, if I was to have them just stay there, your computer would probably get overloaded pretty quickly, and the game would start lagging. So the platforms essentially disappear, and the score goes up for everyone that despawns. So I'm doing pretty good here. For now I don't quite have any enemies or power-ups or things like that. That could be something for the future. So I'm just going to kill myself here. Dead. I do have a time variable to wait about 0.5 of a second so that the game over screen doesn't just pop up right away and scare you. As you can see, there's a new high score. I can press space again, start playing. I could have pressed any other key. But anyways, I also can go on the side of the screen, and as you can see there, game works all right. So let me show you the code. So basically my main.py holds all the variables to run the game. However, I'm transferring things from settings and sprites to make it run. I've created a list of variables just to make things easier to plug into the main. So I have a title here named Bruce's Magical Jump, and as you can see here, the title, I take that variable from here, make it have a font of 48, make it white. I set it in the middle, and I set it as well about a quarter of the way up. And I also have a lot of comments here just showing you guys what all this code means, because if I was to go through every line of code, this would probably take an hour or so. And I've also commented out a lot of code because while some of it does work, I'm just not very satisfied with it yet. Like for instance, when I was adding characters with a sprite sheet and things like that, the animations weren't to my liking. So if I do continue with this, I'm probably going to work on the sprites and things like that. But anyways, I've created a few different classes. One here for the player, the sprite sheet, which it's not that important as of the moment. Right here we have update. This essentially is for the player movement and things like that. So as you can see, I've defined variables here, added them there, makes everything run quite well. So if we go back here, for this first part, this essentially starts the game up. So it starts the audio, initializes everything, displays the screen, lets the clock run, as you can see here, 60 FPS. And I also this just lets the game know what should be loaded. And right here I have the font name, Malibu. It's just a special font that I downloaded from the internet. And right here, this whole chunk kind of saves a high score. So the high score would be saved right here. And if I wanted to, I could cheat and do like 9999. Right there, 9999. Anyways, cheating aside, it works. As you see, I have a lot of comments explaining all this code. Set the score to 0 when starting the game. This creates a group for sprites, creates a group for platforms so that I don't have to write a new one every single time. And I just have created a list here that adds platforms gradually. This is my game loop right here. Self.playing equals true. This will keep the game running. Now this is the code for when I actually touch the platform. So if my character was, the bottom of my character was to touch the top of a platform, then the game would know to stop there and allow me to jump, so I don't just keep jumping thousands and thousands of times. There is a lot to go through here, and while it isn't fully complete, but overall, I mean, it's been a fun time learning how to use Pygame. I'm still a beginner at this type of stuff, and there's still quite a lot to do, but that is the game. Let me just run it one more time, just so you guys can get a feel. If I had more time, I'd probably, I don't know, make a sprite of Bruce running around or something. But for now, I'm satisfied with this. Alright. Thank you for watching.